been, a year now since I feel like we've come in here and done one of these shows on the heels of a dirt track race. Super DIRTcar Series finally opened up at Can-Am. A lot of great racing out there, and we finally get to come in and talk about it.
And, of course, we always like to talk about racing, and we encourage you folks at home to shoot us some questions. What's on your mind? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to hear us wax poetic about? All you have to do is give us a shout on the Weedsport Productions Facebook page. There's a comment section in there. Send your questions in. We will get to them as best as we can and see if we can solve or maybe create a few problems while we're at it.
Exactly.
Hey, Dan, we want to start the show off tonight. Obviously, we've got some great stuff coming your way. We've had a great guest here with us tonight, but we would be remiss if we didn't take a moment to just take an opportunity to pass along our condolences and our sympathies to the family of Jumpin' Jack Johnson. Jack Johnson out of Duanesburg, New York, a Hall of Fame driver of the iconic number 12A, passed away just a couple of weeks ago at the age of 76, Dan, and the lasting impression that he left on the world of modified racing is really indescribable.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, and a lot of it comes down to that iconic race car that you're seeing on the screen right now, that patented orange number 12A. Jumpin' Jack, not only a legend in modified racing, but in auto racing in general. As you said, the outpouring of support that has come out in recent weeks following Jack's passing, Shane, has just been incredible. And I know you yourself was a very big Jack Johnson fan.
A huge Jack Johnson fan. The very first race that I ever went to in 1979 at the Utica Rome Speedway, I was just a mere 8 years old, and my parents said, listen, you need to pick a car to root for. And there was this orange 12A out there, and I picked that one, and he happened to win that night. Went down to the photo booth. The photo booth, kids. That's
right.
Where
I remember those
track
days.
Photographers took pictures and then had them developed, and you bought them at the Speedway.
Yep.
Bought me a Jack Johnson picture, went to the pit area and met this guy that just wheeled this car to victory lane and was just gracious and made a lasting impression on me and made me a lifelong fan. And, 428 career wins at 35 different tracks in 10 states, 2 Canadian provinces, 2-time winner in Napa Auto Parts Super Dirt Week, and that iconic 12A. There's a picture that we just showed of the Experimental 4. That's the car he ran and won in. The first New Yorker to win at Syracuse in 79, a 6-time series champion, and a member of 3 Hall of Fames. That's a pretty damn good career.
I was going to say, that's a pretty full plate right there. It's really unbelievable when you think about it, and you can tell the effect that he had when you see, like I said, the outpouring of support. And Shane, give us a little bit of an inkling as to some of these cars we have here on the table as well.
Yeah, these collectible cars, this Witz roofing car, that's something that Jack Johnson had drove. That's a Tio chassis. Those 2 cars right there. And then this one right here is actually made out of wood. It is a replica of the 1984 Experimental 4 that he drove at Syracuse for his win in 1984 during Napa Auto Parts Super Dirt Week.
You may not be able to tell on the screen watching at home, but the intricacy and the detail on this is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. That's the only one I know that's available. But again, our condolences and our sympathies to the Jumpin' Jack Johnson fan base, and most importantly to his family, as the racing world lost not only a legend, but a hero and a mentor to many others in the world of racing. We've got a lot of action to get to here today on Off Track TV Live. When we return, the Super DIRTcar Series kick things off at the nasty track of the North, Can-Am Speedway, and we'll take a look back at it in just a moment.
Weedsport Speedway is home of the fastest cars and biggest stars. With over $1 million in recent upgrades, our fans know this is the premier race destination in the Northeast. The fan experience is at the forefront of everything we do. LED light shows, luxury suites, premium stadium seating, and a 27-foot HD video display to engage and entertain fans. And by the way, our fans? Yeah, our fans kick ass. They are committed and loyal. They bring their families to races. They consistently engage with us over social media, on our website, and tune into our incredible productions airing on national TV and streaming online. This year features an exciting season of events. It's a blast to go fast. Want to talk to a growing audience and next-generation fans? Customized sponsorship opportunities make it super easy. We have event sponsorships, product sponsorships, digital billboards, web, social, digital ads, race day displays and signage, booths and promotions. Video opportunities both in venue, on national TV, and streaming online. The drivers, the excitement, the speed. The Port Burgers are why fans show up. At Weed Sports Speedway, our venue and production are the reason they keep coming back. Be a part of the best season yet.
Weed Sport Productions is the live video production company that you need at your next event. Our mobile production truck is outfitted with the most advanced broadcast equipment in the industry. Weed Sport Productions covers racing, live sporting events, corporate events, and concerts. We can broadcast your event live, stream it to the internet, or produce an exciting in-venue experience for your audience. Visit weedsportproductions.com now to learn more.
Welcome back to Off Track TV. Shane Andrews, Dan Kapuscinski. Dan, we just saw the promos for the great racing action coming up here at the Weed Sports Speedway, but this past weekend, Mother Nature decided she wanted to be a race fan. We were graced with a beautiful sunny day at the Can-Am Speedway.
That's right, Shane. I think you called it on Saturday. It was a Chamber of Commerce type of a day, and it was certainly filled with race cars, and for the first time, fans in the stands. It was a great sight to see.
Absolutely. While the Super Dirt Series Big Block Modifieds were in action 100 laps, it was the Thunder in the Thousand Islands, and it was Mad Max McLaughlin in the 32C bringing the field down to the green, but he wouldn't lead that first lap as Tim Fuller in that number 19 had a pretty stout race car.
Well, of course, Tim Fuller, a longtime veteran of the Can-Am Speedway, came into this race with 28 career wins under his belt. You knew he was going to be a driver that was going to find his way to the front, and probably was going to do it pretty early on as he made a strong move here out of turn 4 to get the top spot.
Stuart Friesen in the number 44 lurking back there along with the number 99L of Larry White. And here's a shot right there. Friesen throwing the slider right there to get around the 99L of Larry White. And these guys were fighting tooth and nail. Now, the track was a little bit different, if you will, from what we saw in the heat races. It locked down, but they did some work, and it really paid off.
Yeah, it really turned out to be a phenomenal decision. The guys did a fantastic job to work a bottom and a top for this racetrack, at least through the first two-thirds of this race. As you can see, all that moisture on the bottom of the racetrack. One of the drivers that was able to use that to his advantage was the 25 of Eric Rudolph. As he starts to creep into the screen here, he had driven all the way up to the second position, I believe, from starting back in about the fifth row. He made a lot of ground up in the first half of this race.
Tim Fuller was the car that was on rails at this point, and there's Matt Williamson going down a lap. That's something that I did not expect to see.
No, not at all, especially with the past runs that he's had at Can-Am, but for whatever reason, it was a struggle on Saturday.
This was the first time the Super Dirt Car Series had been in action at the Can-Am Speedway since Oktoberfest of last year, so nobody has really had any track time, but there was a practice session the night before that some guys did take advantage of.
That's right. As you see here on the screen, 26 laps to go. Tim Fuller looked like he was about checked out and done with this one until a late caution. Stuart Friesen was able to get the restart on the outside of the racetrack. They dueled into turn 1. Friesen was able to get the top spot here late in the going.
Fuller did make a late charge to try and get back up and race with Friesen, but Stuart Friesen was just that much better as the number 44 Halmar International ride was on a rail. Tim Fuller would do all he could. He got close here coming down to the checkered flag, but it wasn't close enough as Friesen picks up the win.
You know, talked to Timmy Fuller after that race was concluded. He felt like he still had the winning race car in that one, but he said he really thinks at the end of the day he just got snookered on that last restart. Friesen kind of put him in a position where it was either, am I going to back out or are we both going to crash in this deal? And Tim backed out. Friesen got the lead, and that was all she wrote.
Larry White rounded out the podium in position number 3. So the Super Dirt Car Series, their schedule kicked off. DIRTcar Sportsman were also there.
That's right.
Matt Janzik with a win just narrowly over Tyler Corcoran.
Yeah, the 33 car won by 33 one-thousandths of a second over Tyler Corcoran. Corcoran in that 64 was the Can-Am track champion a year ago. He was phenomenal in that one, made a drive through the field. The racing top to bottom was fantastic. Mike Fowler led a lot of that race early on, ended up in the 3rd spot. Just fantastic action all through the field.
Well, we have a very special guest coming up here in just a moment, race fans, as we are going to be joined by a 2-time Sportsman Series champion who's now in one of the most recognizable big block modifieds in the Northeast, and he's also a car owner in the Sportsman ranks. When we return, Kevin Root joins us right here live on set for more Off Track TV Live.
Weed Sport Productions is the live video production company that you need at your next event. Our mobile production truck is outfitted with the most advanced broadcast equipment in the industry. Weed Sport Productions covers racing, live sporting events, corporate events, and concerts. We can broadcast your event live, stream it to the internet, or produce an exciting in-venue experience for your audience. Visit weedsportproductions.com now to learn more.
Every race live. The greatest shows on dirt from coast to coast, and now worldwide for only $39 a month. Watch the World of Outlaws, NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, the World of Outlaws Morton Buildings Late Models, and the DIRTcar Summer Nationals Hell Tour with one Fast Pass for only $39. Now, catch the greatest racing action down under with sprint cars, late models, and midgets from iconic Australian venues all year long. Live. Hundreds of races. One Fast Pass. $39 a month. DirtVision.com. Subscribe today.
Welcome back to Off Track TV Live. We are joined by the driver of the 4-star transmission, Vinny Salerno-owned, big block modified driver, Kevin Root. Kevin, welcome to the set. Thanks for taking some time to hang out here with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Let's talk about that ride, the 4-star ride, Vinny Salerno. There's been some formidable drivers behind the wheel of that car over the years, and you've got the opportunity to do that. How did it all come about?
It's kind of a funny story. I've known Vinny for quite a long time. I helped him out when Michael Storms drove for him, and then obviously with Timmy. And we've always been talking. We've always associated. He's always helped me out with the Kaiser Wheel stuff. And he actually called me last year. I don't know. I can't remember. It was a little after a couple races in the year, and he said, the 4-star ride's open. I just said to him, Vin, I don't know who you're going to get to drive that thing right now. I mean, everybody's pretty much everybody's pretty on stake. And he goes, I was talking about you. And I kind of, my jaw dropped, right at the second there. And I was like, are you serious? And he says, yeah. I go, well, let me know when you want to do it. And we ran a couple races last year with him. And, we had a little bit of success. I mean, I thought Eastern States went well for us, making all 3 shows and winning a heat race with the small block. But, I didn't know how it was going to pan out for this year, and he went gung-ho this year, and it's just given me the most – I respect him so much for – he's given me so much to do and make my dreams come true right now, and he's given me everything there is to go out and win races right now.
I was going to say, Kevin, it's kind of a neat tale of going through the ranks. Former kart racer, did very well there, all the way through the Sportsman, now running modifieds. We were talking earlier about how you grew up going to the races yourself. I mean, it's – aside from the finishes, the results, just what's it feel like to be on this rise? I mean, things just seem to keep working out.
Well, like I said, it's just dreams come true. It's a lot of hard work's paid off, a lot of blood, sweat, tears, goes in this like anybody else puts into it. And right now, it's just I'm just along for the ride right now. And obviously, I'm probably as competitive as anybody. I'm a little frustrated myself right now, trying to figure these big blocks out. But I mean, it is only probably my 4th, 5th big block race right now. So Vinny's he's behind me 100% right now, and he's just telling me to relax. We'll get it, and we'll be fine. You know what I mean? We're gonna get our cars a little bit better. I mean, I'm confident in that, and we'll just take one race at a time. Right now, we'll go to Middletown this weekend with the small block and race the new car there, and then obviously we're off to Bristol next week.
Right.
And you've got you not only you've got Vin, but you've also got Zach Peckham helping you out as well. Who's
Zach's amazing. Zach's done a wonderful job for us.
Zach is one of the best in the game,
Yep.
and working with Brett Hearn, working with Vinny for a long time, and so I'm sure that gives you some comfort knowing that you've got two guys like that behind you as well when you strap in.
Yeah, I mean, just knowing when I get to the track, I know these cars are prepared. Zach does a great job in our shop, in Vin's shop, and not only that is we have fun. You know what I mean? I think that's part of the game right now is we might be frustrated on how we're running and stuff, but we still have fun doing it, and we still go back to the shop that night, the next day, and we can joke and just we move on. But Zach's he's a big part of our team. If not the biggest, because he's maintaining our cars, he's getting all the work done for Vin. Vin's very busy, not only with the 4-star transmission, but with the Kaiser wheels, the Swiss springs. I think he's selling just about everything there is to sell in a race car right now. So he's staying very busy with that. So we rely on Zach so much, and Zach. There's no doubt Zach's very good, and he's done an amazing job for us so far.
I know you've only been in the big block 4 or 5 times, but talking not from a setup perspective or working on the car, but from a pure driving perspective, what's been that biggest adjustment for you in this short amount of time so far?
Everybody asks me that, and I guess the speed don't really bother me. I'm not worried about the speed, but your slow down rate compared to a crate and a modified is when you decelerate in a crate Sportsman, you decelerate. It slows you right down. When you decelerate in a big block right now, I feel like you carry more speed before you slow down.
Right.
You know what I mean? So adjusting to that, and I got told when we were at Middletown for the opener, and I think everybody and their brother came over to me and said, "You're carrying that car in 10 feet deeper than anybody." I'm like, I thought you were supposed to. You know what I mean? So, but that's the biggest adjustment I think for me right now is just trying to get the close on rate speed and just trying to. You can't really adjust a big block right now to what I'm used to running in a crate car right now, and that's probably the biggest thing. And the competition is it's just unheard of in big blocks right now, and so many great drivers. Not that there wasn't great drivers in the crate, but there's just a lot more experience in the modifieds right now. So there a lot of people have helped me along my way. Chris Heil's been a big one. Just one race at a time. Billy, Larry, all them guys, they're good people, and they've helped me out. And I just, we're going to race a lot. You know what I mean? Right. I think that's probably going to be the biggest thing for me is just keep racing, and I think it'll come. Sure. You know what I mean? I don't know if we'll win races. We certainly want to, and it's certainly not out of the equation. But right now we want to get top 10s, and just have that consistency in our race car to run top 10. And I think everything after that will fall into place.
Kevin Root, driver of the 4-star transmissions, 4-star machine, big block modified, going to do some 358 modified racing as well. You talked about the transition from the crate Sportsman up to a big block modified. Along with that, you're probably going to see some tracks and race on some tracks that you haven't seen this year, which is also an adjustment that's going to need to be made.
Yeah, we're going to go to Bridgeport here in a couple of weeks, for the Super Dirt Series, and then obviously we're going to Bristol, which none of us have been to, and there's going to be some tracks, and it's going to be a little bit harder probably for me going to a track I've never been to, and racing a car I'm not really used to yet either, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
twofold.
But I think for the most part, like I said, I have a great team, and their confidence behind me is just unreal for me right now. And, that we take one race at a time, and my biggest thing is getting in the show so I get the laps. Right. That's all I need right now is laps. We've done that so far this year. Mm-hmm. So we made both shows we've gone to this year, and just the more laps we get, I think the better we get.
And just to expound on that real quick, guys, when Kevin talks about getting some laps, if you go to a Super Dirt Series race, you normally get 3 quick hot laps, then you're turned around for 3 time trial laps, then you get an 8-lap heat race, so that's a total of 14. If you make the feature through your heat race, you're then into a 100-lap feature, or if you go into one of the last chance showdowns, then you're into a 10-lap race. So you could have as little as 14 or 24 laps.
I'm pretty sure I'm giving myself enough laps because I think I'm doing all that in the last chance showdown. So I just keep telling me I'm just giving myself more laps. But it's definitely definitely a learning curve for me. And but like I said, Vinny and Zach have done an amazing job for me. And I always lean on Scott Jeffries too. I'm a guy who's I'm very grateful to have in my corner. You know what I mean, and help me along my way. So. Just guys like that, I mean, they're the best of the best, so you got good caliber people around you. So I think we're going to be okay.
So, Kevin, you hinted to Bristol coming up, and I can see the look in your eyes every time you say the word Bristol. And obviously, from a driver's standpoint, a lot going on. But we were talking earlier, and it sounds like everybody's kind of trying to beef their race cars up a little bit too before going down there.
Yeah, we just have a little bit of uncertainty with our cars. Our cars, they dig hard. They dig hard in the right rear, right fronts. That place is very fast. Obviously, watching the late models, and the UMP cars and all that stuff down there, and some mechanical failures, you know what I mean? So we're kind of looking into some of the stuff we think we need to beef up. I think maybe our cars might be the worst ones down there, the way our cars roll and stuff like that. But like I said, I think we're all just questioning, and I guess the biggest thing is safety for us first,
sure,
and foremost. So yeah, we're taking a little extra look at some of the components on our cars, and obviously we'll take a good eye on it as we come off for the track every time we come off the track, and just make sure everything's good. We beefed up some of the wheels and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just to take all that kind of out of the equation. You know what I mean? Like I said, everybody's a little uncertain. I mean, some are glad to go, some aren't. But, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we're all going. We're going to race, and hopefully we put on a good show for everybody.
So you're beefing up the race cars and getting that prepared. From a driver's perspective, how are you preparing yourself to get ready for the greatest Coliseum, if you will? Strapping into a big block modified at a track that pretty much is a level playing field for everybody.
Well, I think first thing, I told Vinny put an extra set of seatbelts in that thing for me. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not really looking. I haven't looked at Bristol real hard right now. Obviously, I take one race at a time. We got Middletown this weekend. I just want to get through that. And obviously, on Sunday we'll be up at the shop working, day and night, getting ready for Bristol. But my mentality is, my biggest thing is I don't want to get us behind the 8-ball. I don't want to destroy our car. I don't want to blow motors, which, I mean, all that can happen down there. And I mean, that place is going to be very demanding. And we need to get out of there. I told Vin, I want to get in the show, run the laps. We get what we get and get out of there in one piece. I mean, obviously, anybody's got a shot to win it. You're gonna go try to win it. You know what I mean? But don't put yourself in any bad situations right now. And obviously, the guys we're racing against don't do that. You know what I mean? For the most part. So I think we're all right there. Just like I said, we'll get through Middletown, and I'm sure the 10-hour drive down there, I'll probably be thinking about the whole time.
Yeah, you'll have plenty of time to think about it.
I won't sleep, and I never do sleep anyway. So, but we'll just see. I mean, it's a great atmosphere down there, obviously, and it's cool that we're getting to go down there. It's going to give us a lot of recognition down there for our sport. But hopefully, at the end of the day, we just put on a good show for the fans.
Well, and Kevin, real quick, for anybody that was at Can-Am watching in person or tuning in, they saw the 34 Sportsman out there, but it wasn't you driving it.
No, through the off season, I decided I wanted to keep my Sportsman car, and I love the sport. I love the sportsman sport, and as far as that, and I love watching the young generations coming up, and not that I got a young generation driver, but it's where I started, and it's where I got to go right now, and Mark Yorker, who's a very close friend to me and a great person, and he got out of it last year. He flipped at Utica, and he kind of had some issues with his shoulder and stuff. He wasn't sure if he was going to race, so he sold everything, and then he said he got cleared, and there was a couple drivers I had in mind, but Mark's, like I said, a very close friend to me, and I believe he can go out and win races for me, and I gave him everything he has to go out and do it, and I know he keeps telling me he's got big shoes to fill, and I just tell him, don't worry, you can't worry about that. You know what I mean? Just go out and do what you do. And we had a bad luck. We broke a drive shaft, Saturday, and I just wanted to get him laps because he was running second. He was going to be qualified. He was doing good, and I think must be the hit I took down in South Carolina. I overlooked it, and it wasn't cracked, but I think it was stressed, and it just finally broke. So, but yeah, I'm excited for Mark. I gave him the free wheel, go wherever he wants to go race, and.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a hell of a car owner, I guess, so far for him. But he's so respectful, and I know he'll take care of my stuff. He's got the car right at his shop. I ain't got time for it anyway right now. And with Vinny's giving me a car to keep up here for like the Brewerton Wheat Sport shows, and I knew he would take care of my stuff and he would respect my stuff, and that's how it all came about.
I think it's awesome, personally, that you would do that, number one. That's just fantastic. I think it's great.
I mean, he's a racer.
Yeah.
I know. I could see in his face he was down a little bit about racing. I'm like, you know what, man? Take it. Just go.
So what's more nerve-wracking, lining up for that first heat race next to guys you've looked up to and have idolized, or watching your car roll out on the track as a car owner and you're not behind the wheel?
I'm not worried about my car. I know he'll take care of it. He ain't gonna put it in a bad situation. Mark never does. So yeah, when you line up next to Stewie Friesen, who you look up to and is probably the best driver there's out there right now, and yeah, he was just like, man, sure, I don't want to rub wheels with him, but you know what? We're all race car drivers, and he's not going to give me an edge, and I want to get the respect from the drivers first and foremost, and that's my big thing. I feel like I don't want to do anything wrong to jeopardize any friendships or anything like that right now in racing, and the respect really goes big with me, and I respect everybody I race against anyways. So, and lining up against Matt Shepard, my idol Billy Decker, I love Billy and Stewie and Matt Williams. There's just so many good ones out there. You just want to be able to race them, and at the end of the day, I just want to be able to say I raced them clean, and I know I didn't do that to Billy, and he raced at Middletown, and I didn't even know he was there, and then he scared me so bad I lost 2 spots after he went around me. So I was trying not to run into him, and I just lost my cool for a second, but it was stuff like that, and I apologized to Billy, but Billy's like, listen, you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't know I was there, you know what I mean? I said, yeah, I know, but, still, I respect him, and he's done a lot for my career, and, and especially Scotty. The last thing I wanted to do was wreck that car, but I thought maybe on Monday SJP would be a little bit busy then, but I said it probably wouldn't work out that way for me, so just the respect. That's all I want to give these guys, and hopefully someday they'll have the respect for me.
Well, Kevin, we appreciate you taking time. We know you're busy coming in and talking to us here tonight. Best of luck the entire season. We look forward to seeing you down to Bristol. And, of course, we look forward to seeing you here at Weed Sport and throughout Central New York. Congratulations on a new ride with 4-star and Vinny Salerno, and good luck as a car owner and, of course, as a driver this year.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me.
Kevin Root, ladies and gentlemen, joining us here in studio. When we return, we've got a few questions that you've sent in that we're going to see if we can give you some good answers to. Stick around for more Off Track TV Live when we return.
Weed Sports Speedway is home of the fastest cars and biggest stars. With over $1 million in recent upgrades, our fans know this is the premier race destination in the Northeast. The fan experience is at the forefront of everything we do. LED light shows, luxury suites, premium stadium seating, and a 27-foot HD video display to engage and entertain fans. And by the way, our fans, our fans kick ass. They are committed and loyal. They bring their families to races. They consistently engage with us over social media, on our website, and tune into our incredible productions airing on national TV and streaming online. This year features an exciting season of events. It's a blast to go fast. Want to talk to a growing audience and next-generation fans? Customized sponsorship opportunities make it super easy. We have event sponsorships, product sponsorships, digital billboards, web, social, digital ads, race day displays and signage, booths and promotions. Video opportunities both in-venue, on national TV, and streaming online. The drivers, the excitement, the speed. The Port Burgers are why fans show up. At Weed Sports Speedway, our venue and production are the reason they keep coming back. Be a part of the best season yet.
Weed Sport Productions is the live video production company that you need at your next event. Our mobile production truck is outfitted with the most advanced broadcast equipment in the industry. Weed Sport Productions covers racing, live sporting events, corporate events, and concerts. We can broadcast your event live, stream it to the internet, or produce an exciting in-venue experience for your audience. Visit weedsportproductions.com now to learn more.
Some great response here tonight, Dan. Hale James in Kissimmee, Florida, saying, Shane, see you in Bristol. Hell, I look forward to it. We're going to be down there on the high banks. John Melling tuning in tonight.
Yep.
Nice to hear from him.
Yeah, John definitely takes all the photos at Weedsport. You see him quite often at the Weedsport Cartway, so glad John's tuned in.
And we do have some questions that we need to answer, Dan. You ready?
I am. Let's do it.
Chance Weaver wants to know, what was your biggest surprise coming out of Can-Am Speedway Super Dirt Series? I'll let you field this one first.
For me, it was Matt Williamson, honestly. Unfortunately, not a very good run for Matt. We talk about, those big tracks. Usually when they get hard and fast, Matt usually rises to the top, always a series contender, the defending series champion. And unfortunately, like we said in the highlights there, Shane, he was down a lap by about halfway through that race, which is very uncharacteristic.
Biggest surprise and takeaway from me was the amount of good cars that just didn't get out of the box quick enough.
Yeah.
Without naming names, they know who they are.
Yep.
But there are a lot of top teams that just seem to struggle for the first Super Dirt Series race.
Sure, and the track conditions early on, it was daytime racing. The track got a little bit locked down early on, so if you're unfortunately, in the beginning of the day, if you didn't come out fast, you were going to have a hard time getting anywhere.
And there was a pleasant surprise we got to talk about, too. How about Mike Mahaney coming from the Last Chance Showdown for a top 10 finish?
Absolutely. Nearly, didn't even get in the race and ends up driving his way through the field. Tell you, ever since Oktoberfest last year and really, about the entire 2020 season, Mike has really come into his own, certainly, and is going to be a threat through all of 2021.
Liz K wants to know, is this your Liz K?
I don't know.
Wants to know, who are you picking to win at Bristol for the big blocks and the World of Outlaw sprints?
I guarantee that's not my wife.
Oh, it sounds like somebody might be in timeout when he gets home.
If it was Liz K, the question would be, when are you coming home?
There might have been a follow-up question.
Right.
Well, I'll jump on this one first. Who are you picking for the Bristol race for the big blocks and the World of Outlaw sprints? Well, obvious choice right now in the big blocks would probably be the one guy that is going to be down there that has experience at Bristol on the dirt, and that would be Stuart Friesen.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
He ran in the trucks. He ran in the cup. So, that's kind of a no-brainer.
Sure.
Okay, to pick Stuart. Other guys that I think that could have a lot of success down there, I think Matt Shepard could.
Yep.
Okay. It's so hard to pick because it's a level playing field. Really,
Yep.
It's a level playing field.
Yep,
Now, the
it really
sprints
is.
are a little bit different because they've had some experience, but not a lot of guys in that field were there from 2001. But if I had to pick a couple of names, I'm going to throw them out. Brad Sweet, Donnie Schatz.
Right. Yeah, those are probably the top two guys on the sprint car side. Modified side, obviously, Stewie Friesen. He was the first one that jumped to mind for me. But I think you got to look at a guy like Billy Decker, who's had a great, I think he's finished top 5 in every race he's run this year to this point. Larry White, Eric Rudolph has run well at Eldora. I think if you've had good runs at Eldora, you're probably going to have good runs at Bristol. So those are kind of the guys I'm going to be keeping my eye on. Sprint car wise, Brad Sweet for sure. He knows how to get around Eldora. Donnie Schatz was there when they ran Bristol back in the day, but I'm going to say David Gravel as well.
Oh, okay.
Gravel likes to go fast. There's no doubt about that. And those guys that aren't afraid to get the elbows up and the hammer down at Bristol are going to be the ones that are going to be up front.
I'm going to throw another modified name out there because of the success that he's had at Lebanon Valley and also on the high banks at Eldora Speedway. Tim Fuller.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
Tim Fuller. Yep. But it's anybody's game. I mean, we're just here throwing names out there, off the top of our head. We could be prophets or we could be.
Well, that's the
fools.
beautiful thing about the Super Dirt Series, like we always talk about.
Absolutely.
Top to bottom, it's solid competition.
It sure is. 17 plus guys any given night. Final question here: Green Eggs and Ham 12. Oh, Dr. Seuss reference. Nice. All right. If you could choose one track to be an official at for a day, where would it be? I guess, what kind of official? Tech official, announcer, pit road reporter, flagman?
Just be there, not a fan.
Okay.
For me, it's a little off the wall, and it's not even a dirt track. For me, it would be Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Oh, yeah. To me, I've loved going to that place. I would to be there for an official reason. To be there is maybe getting a little paycheck. That'd be nice. I'd like that.
Mine, if I'm going to put it from an announcer's perspective.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to put it from an announcer's perspective. I'm getting to check one off the bucket list this week. By going to Bristol.
Yep.
Okay, so for me, going to the last great Coliseum, if you will. But if I had to pick a track that I have never been to be an official at or an announcer at for the day, I think it would be Belleville.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a great answer.
Yeah, I think it would be Belleville. I've always wanted to go out there.
Awesome. Yeah, the Midget Nationals there.
Absolutely.
You can't beat it.
Absolutely, yeah. So, hey, great question. Thanks for throwing those out there to us. Our next show is Thursday, May 6th, so you have time to come up with more questions. Don't be shy. Let us know. Hit us on Twitter if you need to. And, of course, Weed Sport Productions Facebook page. Dan, look forward to doing it again Thursday, May 6th. We'll be back in action. We'll have plenty to talk about.
Awesome as always. Can't wait.
Me too. For Dan Kapuscinski, for Brett Moses here at the Weed Sport Productions, my name is The Voice, Shane Andrews, saying thank you for joining us, and we'll see you at the races.